What's up, everybody? Bob E.G. back for the next episode of me continuing through the game Contraption Maker. And if you were following me thus far, in the last episode, we made it actually to the medium skill puzzles, and I wasn't even aware of it. So I'm very happy to tell you guys now that we've actually broken into the medium puzzles, and I think this is maybe the third one or so. So we're making progress. The easy ones are in a rear view mirror, so we're just going to keep on going. And, one second. Tim backed himself into a corner with nowhere left to go. Fry all the zombies with a laser before they can reach him. This zombie thing is, I almost want to say, out of place in this game. I kind of get a kick out of it. Let's speed up the speed, as it were, and see what we're supposed to do here. Well, obviously these zombies are gonna go on forward and activate this hamster cage before they get to our buddy here that we're supposed to save. So, I'm guessing that we need to save the day in some fashion here. Well, I see here that there's a little reflective plate that's meant to bounce lasers. So let's see what happens, if anything, here. Okay. Well, it seems clear that this laser actually fires too quickly. And it's because of this balloon. So I'm thinking we have to kind of wait, or not wait, but make this balloon wait to trigger the hamster cage. And I'm guessing this bowling ball is what's going to have to cut this rope. Conveniently, haha, we have a fan to do the job for us. So let's see if this is any different now. Oh! Let's do that one more time. Maybe on the second speed, just to kind of re-see what's going on here. So, the bowling ball gets triggered, the zombies are going, and then as soon as the bowling ball hits the scissors, the laser turns on, and our buddy is saved. It's kind of a goofy one. Milton got stuck outside in a freak snowstorm. Get him home so he can warm up. Alright. Well, here's our little buddy Milton. What's he gonna do? He's gonna fly through the air onto a jack-in-the-box. Alright. Well, I'm assuming the jack-in-the-box is gonna have to get wound in some fashion and maybe launch our buddy over this way, because if you notice, here's the door to his presumed home. But how are we going to accomplish this? That's a good question. What does this do again? These lasers are always on until they get hit in the back. So, okay. Always on until they get hit in the back. Well, at least it doesn't hurt our buddy Milton. We have two lasers here. A blue laser that obviously plugs into an outlet. An additional outlet that, well, I'm guessing will provide power once this laser hits it. And then I'm kind of guessing this is what we're going to need to actually power up the box. The jack-in-the-box. But it seems quite apparent that our buddy got there a little too early. So we're gonna have to, I feel like we have to prevent the laser from shining into the outlet right away. But how are we gonna do that, I guess, is the first question. And it's a very good question, I feel. So, what is even different here? Not much. See, this laser's always on. It's always on unless it gets hit with this other laser. That's kind of weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird. See, if the mouse falls through the blue laser, the other laser will turn on for just a moment. As you notice, it kind of turns for just a second, but it's certainly not long enough for this to crank. I wonder if we need it... Well, that's not helping necessarily either, just because this outlet has no trouble being powered, it's just always powered, so no matter what happens, this is going to turn on. No matter what happens, that's going to turn on. I'm a little confused on this one, actually. A little confused. Let's try... Well, I'm not sure what I'm even doing at this point. I felt... see, I'm not interrupting this laser long enough, apparently. Oh. Now I think we're onto something here. But what? But what? Right? Okay. So this laser, oh my gosh, I can't believe it took me this long to even come close to solving it. This laser is going to continually shine over to this laser, which will stop it from being on. Then, when Milton goes flying over, lands on the Jack-in-the-Box, he'll break this initial laser, and the second laser will then fire up, which will then power this outlet, which will then power this generator, which will then have our buddy Milton presumably sail over to the left and get home. Now the only thing we have to worry about now is the angle of the components here. He's obviously gonna hit some things if we're not careful. And let's see if we got it this time. And we do, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Whew. Mice can fly. Well, barely. Barely. Alright. I feel accomplished after finishing that one. Let's try Sundown Stunting. The sun is going down, and it's getting cold out. Open up Tim's garage so he can get inside and warm up. Well, we certainly don't want to leave our buddy Tim stranded. And boy, if there isn't a lot going on already here, why don't we just take a look. There's our buddy. Oh my goodness gracious. That's a lot going on there. That is a lot going on there. Well, there's two brick walls. Obviously, when our buddy hits this, the bomb will explode and the brick walls will get triggered. So why don't we just see the outcome of that? Boom. Alright. And let's see. There's a Cat-O-Matic, which will... Hold on, is there a... There is no rope, but there's probably a hamster wheel to get utilized. Probably something like this. Let's see here how we're doing. Let's try that one more time in slow motion, because I thought it was going to be a lot worse. Little flipperoo. There's 3 parts still in the bank. And there we have it. Well, that one was infinitely easier than the last one. Holy Toledo, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try out Dozer's delivery service. Dozer is hungry, but he really doesn't want to have to move to get any food. Well, I can relate to that. Get the egg into his mouth. Alright, well, I'm guessing the bear here is our buddy Dozer, if I remember correctly, from the tutorial section. And we want to get this egg probably somehow jumped up into the air and roll down the brick here and get to him. So let's just kind of see. Well, the only thing that happens when we hit play is that this soccer ball falls. The soccer ball falls, and the obvious thing is that I'm going to want this pinwheel to do something. So perhaps that is part of the equation. The other obvious is that this, obviously, this rotational energy thing needs something to plug into, and we have that here. Let's see. This hamster wheel is probably going to have to power the generator, but that means something's going to have to hit into the hamster wheel. And I bet it's going to have to be our buddy, who's this, Felix? Well, no, it's not Felix the cat, but may as well be. And let's see here. Well, why don't we just see what happens? Ah, not much, as we can tell. Not much at all. Alright, well that really didn't do much, did it? Nope, that did not do much at all. Well, okay. It's obvious something needs to get going on these ropes here, but I'm not 100% sure what, actually, at the moment. It looks quite clear that... Well, actually, I thought these little conveyor belts would need to get something hooked onto them, but it doesn't necessarily seem to be the case. So what is this rope for, then? This rope really doesn't do anything. It's just gonna probably eventually fall off the pulleys or something there. Yeah, I'm really not sure quite yet what the point here is. There's some gears that aren't necessarily attached to anything. Let's see, something like this, perhaps? Oh, it's already hooked onto this. Already hooked onto the hamster wheel there. Now, what could this have to do with anything? Well, obviously, one thing could be said is that, right? Obviously, the rope can hook onto the ray gun. But this needs to get pulled by something. And I'm really not sure what it's going to get pulled by. Okay. Well, that was one thing I kind of didn't realize. Okay. Except that didn't... Let's shoot the egg. No, that didn't necessarily do what we expected, did it? No, I would say it did not. I'm not sure what else it's supposed to do, quite frankly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, This rope certainly doesn't want to hook onto any of those. I guess we're already hooked onto the hamster cage there. Oh wait. I guess we could... Well, that's not gonna do anything there either. So... No, we didn't start off moving this hamster wheel. Well, I'm stuck yet again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not fully seeing... Why don't we reset briefly? Just briefly. Briefly reset things here. Get our bearings, because there's obviously a couple things that need to go together. And the things that seemingly need to go together are... Well, I mean, this bellow, is the only thing that's going to power this pinwheel. This pinwheel is gonna do what? This pinwheel is going to do what exactly? Well, it could make that happen, but so far we're not sure why that matters. Right? We're really not sure why that matters. Ah, perhaps the ray gun has to break this fish bowl in order for the cat to even care about it and start walking to the left to then hit this hamster wheel. I bet that's probably what's going on here. So why don't we hook up the rest of this? I think we might have it. Well, except for the fact that, well, this rope certainly didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Why don't we try it again? No. Alright, maybe it's just not... There we go. Okay. Wasn't the right angle or something. There we go. And the egg is finally going to go into our buddy's mouth, and we got it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was 2 decently difficult puzzles, followed by, well, sandwiched around one that was not so bad at all. I think I'm going to have to edit this video down just a bit, because I surely got stuck on that Milton the Mouse puzzle. So I'm going to end it here. I'm not exactly sure how long this one will be, but hey, so far so good on these medium puzzles. We're certainly getting past them, and we haven't gotten completely stuck yet, but, you know, I'm just waiting for that to happen. It's bound to happen. But thanks for joining me, folks. This has been Bobby G. We'll see you next time.